Hello and welcome. My name is Mari Herge and I'm reporting from the San Francisco Bay Area. News about autonomous cars can be confusing. On the one hand, we hear that they can drive without a driver and that they have been in commercial use for some time in China and here in Silicon Valley, for example. On the other hand, we hear reports that there are drivers behind those vehicles who remotely control them. Not only that, but there are also said to be more people working behind the scenes per vehicle than would be the case with a taxi service with human drivers. So what is the truth? First of all, I want to make it clear that the robotaxis we see driving driverless in the San Francisco Bay Area and several other regions and cities in the US, such as Waymo, are truly driverless. There's no one sitting in an office behind the steering wheel controlling the vehicles. This also applies to many Chinese manufacturers such as Baidu with Apollo, WeRide or Pony AI. But yes, there's an operation center behind every robotaxi fleet. Several tasks are performed there. One of them is to monitor the vehicles. If an incident occurs, the operation center takes appropriate action. For example, if a passenger does not get out at the end of the ride because they have fallen asleep or perhaps had a medical emergency, the people in the operation center take care of it. Here's an example of a depot with a lost and found office, an operation center in San Francisco, where you can see the scale of what this can entail. If a vehicle is involved in an incident, emergency service can contact the operation center and ensure that the vehicle is removed from the area of operation or switched off so that it does not start moving unexpectedly. Local emergency services will undergo training on the robotaxis before the robotaxi fleet goes into operation in an area. Passengers can also contact the control center via an app or menu item on the touchscreens installed in the vehicle. Another task of the control center is to give instructions to the vehicle if it gets stuck or cannot continue. This is actually a requirement imposed by the authorities and robotaxi operators, who must be able to demonstrate how the operator handles such vehicles. A robotaxi that has broken down for whatever reason should not obstruct traffic or block emergency services. And this brings us to two concepts that help with this: teleoperation and teleassist. Teleoperation is a concept whereby a vehicle is controlled remotely. It doesn't matter where the driver is sitting. What is important is that the driver can control the vehicle safely thanks to the vehicle's cameras and low latency. That means time delay in data transmission should be short, which is ensured by good internet connection. Companies offering this service include Quibus, RoboAuto, and Way. In fact, I've already traveled here in the San Francisco Bay Area with Quibus, where the driver was sitting in Warsaw in Poland, several thousands of miles away from here. Teleoperation, which remotely controls robotaxis for a short time, can help get robotaxi fleets on the road more quickly. Every intervention by a teleoperator is recorded. This data can be used for machine learning by the AI system. This means that a robotaxi fleet does not have to be able to master 100% of all conceivable traffic scenarios from the outset, but learns over time. The advantage for passengers? They can already use robotaxis today. TeleAssist, on the other hand, has nothing to do with remote control. Rather, it involves giving instructions to the vehicle. It is a kind of a text-to-drive prompting. Instead of giving ChatGPT a text instruction to generate an image, I give the car an instruction on how it could drive. Waymo already does this. If a vehicle gets stuck, the operation center can give instructions on how the vehicle can get itself out of the predicament. Both forms, teleoperation and teleassist, are suitable methods for supporting autonomous driverless robotaxi fleets, either by someone from the operation center sending an instruction, like teleassist, or by taking control for a brief moment, teleoperation. But how do we explain the seemingly excessive number of employees in the operation centers? Many more employees than cars? Well, it may be true that there are currently more people working there than there are vehicles on the roads, but the tasks are not those of a driver. They monitor, communicate, clean, calibrate or charge the vehicles. There's even a lost and found office because there are surprisingly many items left behind or forgotten in the robotaxis. I've been there picking up some stuff Not that I forgot it, somebody else did, and I've went with them. Robotaxi operators are still at the beginning of the learning curve, and it is to be expected that the ratio of employees to vehicles will decrease rapidly. However, even human-driven taxi fleets cannot do without dispatchers, mechanics, cleaners, accountants, and a whole host of other behind-the-scenes staff in addition to the drivers. These functions, apart from the driver, are combined in the Robotaxi operator's center. And what about teleoperation? This has important applications in industry. For example, remote control forklifts can be used in warehouses, or tractors can be used to move containers on industrial sites, or even on construction sites. An excavator operator operates an excavator on a construction site, but maybe sitting thousands of miles away from the site. That was a brief overview of concepts such as teleoperation and teleassist and how they relate to robotaxis. Well, if you want to know more, visit my long-running blog at thelastdriverslicenseholder.com, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the bell so you'll be notified when the videos are posted. So, I hope you're doing good, and I hope I see you soon again. That's all from me in the San Francisco Bay Area. Bye.